Have you ever felt lost? Imagine driving on a winding country road. A thick fog suddenly rolls in. You can barely see the front of your car. Your heart starts to beat a little faster. You slow down, gripping the steering wheel tightly. You know the road is there, but you cannot see it. You are not sure where the next turn is. Is it a sharp left? A gentle curve to the right? This feeling of being lost in the fog is a lot like life sometimes. We have plans and dreams. We think we know where we are going. Then, things change. We face a decision we did not expect. We lose a job. A relationship ends. We feel confused and uncertain, surrounded by a thick fog of doubt. In these moments, it is easy to feel alone. We might think that we have to find the way all by ourselves. We might worry that we will make a wrong turn and end up somewhere we do not want to be. One of the most famous verses in Proverbs is found in this chapter. It says, "In their hearts humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps." Proverbs 16 verse 9. This single sentence holds so much wisdom about how our lives work with God. Let's break it down into simple pieces. The first part says that we make plans in our hearts. This is a natural and good thing to do. God gave us minds to think. God gave us minds to dream. God gave us minds to plan for the future. We think about what job we want. We plan where we might want to live. We decide to go to school. We decide to start a family. We decide to save money for a special trip. These plans come from our desires. These plans come from our hopes. These plans come from our understanding of the world around us. The second part of the verse, however, gives us the bigger picture. But the Lord establishes their steps. The word establishes means to make something firm. The word establishes means to make something secure. The word establishes means to make something certain. Imagine you are walking on a path made of loose stones. With each step, you might wobble or feel unsteady. Now imagine someone comes along and cements those stones into place right before your foot lands. Each step you take becomes solid and secure. This is what God does. We may choose the general direction we want to walk, but God is the one who makes each step firm. He guides the specific details of our journey. He makes sure our feet land in the right places at the right times. He saw something you could not see and guided you to a better place. At the very beginning of this chapter, we find a profound truth that sets the stage for everything else. Proverbs 16 verse 1 says, "To man belong the plans of the heart, but from the Lord comes the proper answer of the tongue." This verse is a bit like the one we just looked at, but it focuses on something even deeper, the source of our thoughts and words. It tells us that our hearts are always busy making plans. Our minds are constantly working, thinking, forming ideas. We think about what we will say in a meeting. We prepare for a difficult conversation with a friend. We create strategies for our lives. This is the human part of the equation, the plans of the heart. However, the verse adds a crucial second part. But from the Lord comes the proper answer of the tongue. This means that the right, true, effective words do not ultimately come from our own cleverness. They are a gift from God. He is the one who gives us the wisdom to speak in a way that brings about goodness, healing, truth. Think of it like a musician preparing for a concert. The musician can practice the notes for hours and hours. They can memorize the entire piece of music. This is the plans of the heart. They have done all the preparation they can do. But when they step onto the stage, something more is needed. The magic, emotion, connection, the beautiful sound that fills the room is not something they can force. It feels like a gift. In a similar way, we can prepare our words, but the proper answer that truly touches a heart or resolves a conflict is a gift from the Lord. This truth should fill us with peace, not pressure. It means we do not have to rely solely on our own intelligence or charm. We can do our best to prepare, and then we can trust God to provide what is needed.
So, if God is the one who establishes our steps and gives us the right words, what is our part? How do we actively participate in this partnership with Him? Proverbs 16 verse 3 gives us a clear and powerful instruction. Commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. This verse is the practical key that unlocks the peace and purpose we have been talking about. The word commit here is very strong. In the original language, it means to roll something onto someone else. Imagine you are carrying a huge, heavy boulder. It is too heavy for you to carry for long. You would look for someone stronger to help you. The verse tells us to roll the boulder of our work, our plans, and our worries onto the Lord. This act of committing our work to God is an act of trust. It is saying, God, this project is too big for me. This decision is too important for me to make alone. I am giving it to you. I will do my part, but I trust you with the results. This applies to everything we do, not just religious things. Our job at the office, our studies at school, our chores at home, and our relationships with family and friends. When we commit our daily tasks to the Lord, we invite Him into every part of our lives. Before you begin your workday, you can say, Lord, I commit this day to you. Help me to do my work with excellence and integrity. Please guide my decisions and bless the work of my hands. After you pray, you take small steps of faith. You do the next right thing. You write the email, you make the phone call, you complete the task in front of you, trusting that God is working alongside you to establish your plans. This doesn't mean we will never face challenges or setbacks. It means that God will ensure that our efforts ultimately align with His perfect will. He will make our work fruitful and meaningful. He will guide our plans to a good and lasting outcome. The heavy weight of success or failure is no longer on our shoulders alone. Section 5, the power of our words. A lesson from Proverbs 16:24. Proverbs 16 does not only talk about our plans and our work, it also gives us incredible wisdom about the power of our words. Our words are one of the most powerful tools we have. They can build people up. They can tear people down. They can bring healing. They can cause deep wounds. Proverbs 16:24 paints a beautiful picture of this truth. It says, gracious words are a honeycomb, sweet to the soul, and healing to the bones. Think about that image for a moment. A honeycomb is full of natural sweetness. It is pure, delicious, and gives energy. This is what kind and gentle words are like. They are a treat for the soul of the person who hears them. When we speak with grace, our words can bring comfort to someone who is hurting. They can give encouragement to someone who feels like giving up. They are sweet to the soul. But the verse goes even further. It says they are also healing to the bones. This suggests that our words have a physical effect. A perverse person stirs up conflict. A gossip separates close friends. Just as kind words can heal, harsh words can destroy. A single piece of gossip can ruin a reputation that took years to build. An angry outburst can break trust in a relationship. Our words have real power to create or to destroy. This is why the Bible spends so much time teaching us to be careful with our speech. Here are 3 simple rules for speaking well. First, think before you speak. Ask yourself, is what I am about to say true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? Second, listen more than you talk. Often the most gracious thing we can do is simply listen and make someone feel heard. Section 6, a personal story, letting go of the map. I remember a time in my own life when I felt completely lost in the fog. Many years ago, I was certain about the path I was on. I had a clear plan for my career. I had a clear plan for my ministry. I had mapped out the next 5 years. I had mapped out the next 10 years. I had mapped out the next 20 years. I had done my research. I prayed about it. I felt confident this was the direction God wanted for me. It was my plan of the heart, and I was holding on to it very tightly. I was working hard to make it happen, putting in long hours, making sacrifices to move forward. Then suddenly and unexpectedly, the door to that path slammed shut. The opportunity I was counting on disappeared. All my carefully laid plans crumbled in an instant. I felt a deep sense of confusion, disappointment, anger. It felt like the fog had rolled in, and I could not see a single step ahead. I asked God, why? I thought this was what you wanted. What am I supposed to do now? I had no map, no plan, no sense of direction. In that season, the only thing I could do was surrender. I had to let go of my broken map. I started to pray a very simple, honest prayer each day. God, I don't know where I am going, but you do. I commit my future to you. Please establish my steps. It was an act of desperation at first, but over time, it became an act of trust. I stopped forcing a new plan and began noticing the small things God was doing right in front of me. I focused on being faithful in my current, smaller responsibilities. Slowly, God began to open new doors. They weren't the doors I had expected. They led down a path I'd never considered. As I walked through, this new path was a much better fit.
Section 7, 3 simple steps to trust God today. Learning to trust God with our plans is a journey, not a one-time decision. It is something we practice every day. The good news, we can start right now with small, simple actions. Here are 3 practical habits you can begin today. First, start each day with a prayer of commitment. Before you check your phone, before you read your emails, before the busyness of the day begins, take just 1 minute to talk to God. Say, "Good morning, Lord. This day is yours. I commit my work, my conversations, and my plans to you. Please guide me." This simple act sets the tone for your entire day. It's like rolling a heavy boulder onto God's shoulders first thing in the morning. See your daily activities as opportunities to partner with God. Second, practice small acts of obedience. Trust is built through action. Encourage a coworker who looks down. Call a friend you think of. Don't say something harsh. Choose small obedience. Strengthen your trust muscle. Today, do one small thing God is asking. Send a kind text. Put your phone away during dinner. Pray for someone on your mind. Third, watch your words. Our words have immense power. Speak gracious words like a honeycomb. Before you speak, ask, will this build up or tear down? Give a compliment. Hold back a complaint. Speak truth with love. By speaking intentionally, you bring God's goodness and healing into the world. Learning trust happens step by step, day by day. Start small. Start today. God meets you in the simple, faithful moments. Section 8, a final word of hope and a gentle prayer. The message of Proverbs 16 is a message of profound hope. It tells us that our lives are not random or meaningless. We are not drifting alone on a chaotic sea. We are held in the hands of a wise, powerful, and loving who is actively involved in the details of our lives. He invites us to make our plans, to dream our dreams, and to work with all our hearts. But he also invites us to hold those plans loosely, to trust that his ways are higher than our ways, and to allow him to establish our steps. This is the path to true peace and purpose. When we feel lost in the fog, we can remember that God is our guide. When we feel the weight of a big decision, we can roll that burden onto him. When we are unsure of what to say, we can ask him for the proper answer. This is not a passive life, but a life of active trust. It is a beautiful dance between our effort and his sovereignty, our plans and his providence. I encourage you to find community with other believers who can support you on this journey. Share your struggles, share your victories, pray for one another. Learning to trust God is easier when we walk together. Let this truth sink deep into your heart today. You are deeply loved and carefully guided. You can rest in the knowledge that the God who created the universe is also the God who is establishing your every step. Let go of the anxiety to have it all figured out. Embrace the peace that comes from surrendering your journey to him. He is faithful, and he will lead you home. Let us close with a short prayer. A gentle prayer. Dear Lord, thank you that you are a God who sees me and knows me. Thank you that you are not distant, but you are intimately involved in my life. I confess that I often try to control everything and rely on my own plans. Today, I choose to trust you. I commit my work, my worries, my future into your loving hands. Please establish my steps and guide my path. Help me to speak words that bring life and healing. Give me the peace that comes only from you. Amen. Section 9, questions for your heart. As you reflect on these truths, here are a few questions to consider in your own heart. You might want to write down your thoughts in a journal or simply ponder them throughout your day. The goal is not to find the right answer, but to open your heart to what God might want to say to you personally. Let these questions be a starting point for a deeper conversation between you and your loving Father, who is always ready to listen and to guide you with his gentle wisdom. The first question to ask yourself is this: what is one plan or worry that I am holding on to tightly right now? Think about your career, your family, your finances, or your future. Is there an area where you feel you must be in control? Picture yourself physically rolling that specific worry or plan into God's hands. What would it feel like to truly let go and trust him with the outcome of that one thing? This exercise can help you identify the areas where you need to practice surrender the most and begin the process of releasing your grip. Second, reflect on your words from the past week. Have your words been more like a honeycomb, bringing sweetness and healing, or have they sometimes caused hurt or conflict? Be honest with yourself, but do not be harsh. This is not about guilt. It is about growth. Think of one specific conversation where you wish you had spoken more graciously. What could you have done differently? Ask God to help you in your next conversation to be a source of encouragement and peace, reflecting his character through your speech. Finally, think about a time in your past when God established your steps in an unexpected way. When did a closed door lead to a better opportunity? When did a no from God turn out to be a blessing in disguise? Remembering God's faithfulness in the past is one of the best ways to build your trust for the future. Take a moment to thank him for how he has guided you, even when you did not understand it at the time. Let these memories of his past goodness give you the courage and hope you need to trust him with your today and all of your tomorrows.